Hello, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make one of the games in Squid Game, that incredibly popular Netflix series. This particular game will be red light, green light. So let's see. The first step is to create a world. Survival doesn't quite seem appropriate for Squid Game. Anyway, we'll need to be in creative mode to actually get command blocks and use them. This is going to be done using command blocks. This is Bedrock Minecraft. Right, let's create the world. And here we are, on the edge of an island. That seems pretty appropriate. So, the first thing we're going to need is a massive big auditorium. Let's do that right now. First, a big flat plane. Alright, so we've carved out this massive big square block of area. I'm not going to build the floor yet, but we need some walls. Building the walls out of blue concrete. So fill from exactly where I'm standing to 20 units up, 100 units across, and not cocoa, concrete 3 means the concrete will be blue. And there it is. I'm trapped in the middle of it now. There we go. Now we're out. And you can see I've got this lovely blue little arena here which the players can play in. Isn't that great? We'll need a way to get into this auditorium. I'll do that using an iron door and some pressure plates. The reason for that is if you step on an iron pressure plate, it will open the door. But once you go through the door, you can't get out again. Even if I click on the door, it won't open. So this is a one-way door into the game arena. Over at the other end of the arena, I've built a huge big set of traffic lights. Now, when this game's operating, only one light at a time will be lit. The rest will be black. You'll see that. What I'm going to do right now is carefully note the coordinates of one of these red tiles. Okay, so I'll slot myself in here and write down those coordinates. 2709, 79, 101. If you want to follow along these instructions and build this, then make sure you note the position of your red concrete. The key to making the whole game work is going to be little structures like this. I'm building it up here so you can see it, but this grass would be the ground level. You've got these pressure plates on the ground, and under the ground a whole bunch of command blocks. Right, so the first command block, we're going to say test for block. We want to test one of those blocks inside that red piece of traffic light. 2709, 79, 101. Those were the coordinates I noted earlier. As soon as they step on the pressure plate, this will be activated and it will check if there's concrete at that location. Let's try that now. If I step on the pressure plate, successfully found the block. Next, what do we want to do? What do we want to do if they step on a pressure plate while the traffic light is red? That's pretty obvious, right? But first, we need to make the second block. It's pretty obvious we want to kill the nearest player. The nearest player will be whoever is stepping on top of that block. If that's some other player, well, I'm sorry. And that needs to be a chain block, so it depends on the block before. And we'll make it conditional. And this block does not need redstone. It's conditional on the block above. As soon as someone steps on that pressure plate at the top, if the traffic light is made of concrete, then they die. Let's test this. I'll change my game mode to survival and step on the pressure plate. And that's it. Just for fun, we'll also summon some lightning right onto the player who's just died. Make this a chain block, conditional on the command above working, not needing redstone, and we will summon a lightning bolt. That should be fun. Oh, misspelt lightning bolt. That's not going to work very well. Lightning bolt. I'm going to go onto the platform, switch my game mode to survival mode, and do something very unwise. Okay, the lightning bolt's a bit muted because I suppose because I'm dead. Now I need to copy that little stack of command blocks about 10,000 times so it covers the entire floor of the auditorium. I'm clearing most of the rest of that platform. I'm going to carefully note the coordinates of this. The place I'm standing now is 2705, 85, 26, and the bottom of that stack is, this was 85, 84, 83, 82, 81. So the first thing is to use the clone command to copy that little block of command blocks until it's right here. 2705, the bottom of it was at 81, the Y value was 81. The top was, the Z component was 26. The other corner of that rectangle, it's a vertical rectangle, the X and Z coordinates are the same. Where do I want to clone it? I want to clone it so it's right here. So I'm standing on top of it. I want the bottom of it to be 4 down from where I am, so I'm standing on it. And there it is. Now, I'm just going to clone the one I'm standing on. 4 down from where I am to where I am standing, and then I'll move that 1 across. Okay, so now we've got 2 of them. Now we're going to clone those 2 to get 4. So now I'll clone from 4 below my current location to 1 across from my current location. And where do I want to copy that to? I want to copy that 2 across now. There. So now we've got 4 of them. We just have to keep on doing this again and again. Only about 6 times though. 4 across. 4 down. And there we are. 8 of them now. So we keep on cloning like this. Clone, clone, clone. Alright, so 1, 2, 4, 8, 30, 16, 32, and 64. And that's all done now. The last one has carved a little hole in the wall. So I'm going to go and patch that up. You can see it's actually cloned all the way through this mountain, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Those, hopefully nobody will actually step on them. If they do, that's too bad. And now we basically do the same trick to copy this entire line of these trigger points across the arena. So, clone from where I am, 4 down, and all the way across the arena. And where do I want to clone that to? 4 down, 1 extra in the Z direction. And now there they are. And now we do that again. Okay, my current location, but now 1 further along the Z, and push that over there, so there. Now we've got a very short red light, green light game. Now from 0 to 3 gets cloned to 4 onwards, okay, and so forth. And then 8, and then 16, and then 32, and that will almost be enough for the entire game. And we're nearly ready to do the last one. I'm just doing an extra 25. I don't want to go all the way to the end of the arena. It looks like I've gone... Yeah, so there we go. The players have this little sliver of space at the end that they can rescue themselves into. And now the entire arena is filled with these command blocks. I can delete the one I had up here. There's a bit of cleaning up to do here to make it a nice grassy arena. And there it is. What a beautiful red light, green light arena that is. Right now, that arena just kills anyone who steps on it at all. We don't really want that. We want to give the players a fighting chance. To do that, I've made some copies of the traffic lights here. They're embedded in the ground a bit, unfortunately. Let's just dig them out. And there they are. And you'll notice I've got 3 sets here. 1, 2, 3. For the very back one, we're going to leave the red light red. But the green and yellow lights, we're going to switch them off. I've got blocks of coal. That looks nice and dark. Fill it up, and there you have it. The middle one will have just the amber light showing, and the front one will have just the green one showing. You can't quite see that I've already... And there you have it. There's those traffic lights. I've made a beautiful little column of 5 command blocks here. When this stack is activated, I'm assuming the traffic lights are red. The first step will be to make them green, and to do that, that's going to clone this first layer of traffic lights right there. Then the next one will change them to yellow. Finally, this red one, this one will change it back to red. I'll tell you what these next 2 blocks do in just a moment. First of all, the clone commands. I need to know exactly the positions of the various bits of traffic light. The command will be clone 2706. 67 is the Y position of the bottom. 120 is the Z position of the green traffic light. We want to clone all the way to 2711. 82, also 120. And where do we want to put it? 2706, 67, 101 is the location of the wall. If I chuck some redstone under here now, bang, that's changed the traffic light to green. Now players can safely walk across the arena now and be perfectly safe. There's one other thing I want to change here though, and that is the delay in ticks. The traffic light's red. We don't want it to turn green straight away. We want to put some delay there. So let's put a delay of, let's say 100. That's about a 5-second delay. We're going to put delays in the next two command blocks as well. This will be a chain. It doesn't need redstone, but it is conditional on the block before executing. And whoa, got some lightning there. Did someone just die? Okay, now we clone 2706, 67, 101, 121 now because it's the yellow light. 2711, 82, 121, and we clone that onto the location of the original traffic light. And again, we'll put a delay here as well, because we wanted to stay green for a reasonable amount of time too. I'm going to change that to 100 as well. And similarly for the red traffic light. There it is, I've typed in the command. Again, we want it to be a chain, conditional, does not need redstone, and the delay, well, they shouldn't have so much warning. Let's make that just 1 second of being yellow. So let's try that. I'll change that to a redstone block. Now 5 seconds later we should see it update the traffic lights to green. Then another 5 seconds they've got to walk forwards before it changes to yellow. 1 more second and it's red. It's not such a good game if the timing is ridiculously predictable. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a whole lot of these stacks all in a row along here. The top 2 blocks will pass control to the next stack, and each stack will have different timings for the traffic lights. This command block is going to activate the neighboring stack by putting a redstone block underneath it, and this one will delete its own redstone block so it can be activated later. We can do that with set block 2 across, 4 down. That's ground level here. The Z component is the same. And we need a redstone block. Again, it's a chain, conditional, always active. And the next one will just delete its own redstone block. Set block 5 down now because we want the very bottom of the column. And it doesn't really matter what we set it to. Grass, say grass. And of course, yes, we need this to be chain, conditional, always active. So let's give that a go. So what we should see now, when a redstone block appears here, the traffic lights will change, and then a redstone block will appear 2 across, and then this redstone block will disappear. So the traffic lights are haven't changed yet. 5 seconds, that's right. Now that's green for 5 seconds, amber, and then red, and there's the new redstone block there, and there's the block of earth there. This is great. And so now I'll use a series of clone commands to copy this column until I've got a whole lot of them in a row here. So let's try that. Clone from the bottom of the column to the very top just underneath my foot. I'm going to copy it 2 across, same level as the bottom of the column, and there we have it. The next column is there. Another clone command, again from where I'm standing to the top of the column, but 2 across this time, and this time go 4 across the bottom of the next, and that should do it. There we go. Now we got 4 of them. I can get 8, then 16, and there we are. A beautiful little arrangement of columns of command blocks. One thing we need to do is this last column. I don't want to put a redstone block 2 across again, but this time 30 back, so that it can reactivate the very first command block. If I put a command block under here, it will activate it'll set the traffic lights, activating all of these. 5 seconds, there we go. That's green. 5 seconds later, it'll be yellow. 1 second is red, and the command block moves to the next spot. another 11 seconds, you'll see the command block appears here. When all the traffic lights change, there they go. Red light, command block's now there. Green light, and red light. And now the command block, the redstone has gone back to the very start of this row, ready to set off the next lot. So that's all very well. That's basically working now already, but the reason for doing all of this was to make the timing interesting. So it's good to go into every single one of these now and shake up the timing. Let's do that. I'll do that starting over here. So this was waiting for 100 ticks. 100 ticks of red. Let's make this 70. You pick whatever favorite random numbers you're going to use. Remember, the bottom timing shows how long it's going to be red for. The middle one shows how long it's going to be green for. And the top one, how long it's going to be yellow for. 20 ticks is about 1 second. Just adjust every single column so they're all different. Red, green, and we'll make it a nice short piece of yellow here. How about just half a second of yellow just to shake things up. Just make those changes for every single one of these columns so every single traffic light is some random, unpredictable duration. And there you have it, almost finished with just a couple more small changes needed. I've changed myself to survival mode. Let's give it a go. That was probably a mistake. I've just noticed one little problem with this setup, and that is that these pressure plates are altogether too sensitive. They tend to kill too many people, as you can see. Basically, these little command blocks down here, the ones that kill the player, instead will set it to kill all entities but add a selector that the entities have to be within 3 blocks of this command block. That will make sure that pretty much only the player who steps on the pressure plate will be killed, and anyone right next to them. It has the advantage that it will also kill any type of entity, not just players. Cows, chickens, whatever. One last change to make is to set the default game mode back to survival or adventure, I suppose. Depends if you want people trying to break out of the arena some other way. And then it's good to go. Anyway, that's about all I've got for this video. And now you know how to make your very own red light, green light Squid Game in Minecraft. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you like to see more videos like this. This is 57Cell signing out.